All right, day 3 on my camper renovation rebuild, and you can see that thing's pretty well gutted out. There's no frame in there, nothing at all. There's a little bit on the wall here, but basically took everything right out of there. A little bit on the ceiling is gone, and starting to look at getting it put back together now. I've got a few more pieces I've got to make. All right, well, working on these side pieces. I got this one out. It's gonna be a challenge to reconnect this piece here, but I've got some ideas. I think that they're gonna work. I've got to replace a couple pieces over here on the end right now, and that curved piece at the top. I've got one down here from the other side. So I think, yeah, we'll get those pieces replaced there. I'll probably make this side at the same time because it'll be the same. And that'll give me everything I need for the walls. And then I'll just have one more piece to make down on the side here. The wire goes right through the bottom and comes out going in the top. I've got to cut a couple of these corner pieces out. They go right in this area here to hold up the bed area. So those should be pretty easy to make. Just a couple pieces of plywood and a couple of these thin strips right here. I need to make that go along this piece here, which is also 2 more pieces I have to make, one for each side. So I have 2 of those to make, 2 of these to make, and 2 of those to make. Still have some wall pieces up here to make, but that should be fairly easy. I've got the whole front, pretty much all the pieces made for the whole nose, just waiting to get in there. And I'm going to basically be working my way from the bottom up. I'm going to start down here, start putting the brace and support pieces back on here to hold this bed up. While I was gone to the hardware store to get some more pieces, Brenda was kind enough to paint this for me, just to kind of seal it up both on the inside and on the outside. It's still really solid. There's really nothing wrong with it. Glad I didn't have to replace it. And once I get the supports back in here, everything will be nice and straight. So, and I'm confident I can make it actually stronger than it originally was. They used staples when they attached the pieces of wood together, and those staples just rotted right out. Probably just from the condensation, who knows. But anyway, that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and get those pieces made, and I'll come back and we'll probably get started putting it back together. All right, this is the last of the pieces I had to make duplicates of for the camper wall and the ceiling. Everything came out pretty nice. And corner brackets. So there may be a couple miscellaneous pieces I need for inside the wall right now, but other than that, this is pretty much everything I need to get started on putting it together. So I will start that tomorrow. It's getting late now, and we'll get this first couple pieces at least put together, and then I'll probably rebuild this frame right here, and hopefully that might go in pieces and sections, so it shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. All right, carry on tomorrow. All right, so here's day 4 of my truck camper nose rebuild. If you've seen the rest of the video or previous videos, you'll know that I've completely ripped out the nose. It was kind of falling out. It was all rusty, rotted out, and it was no longer any good. I had to replace everything, basically, try to salvage what I can. We're going to be rebuilding this whole nose piece, and that goes with all of the corner pieces and everything that basically it attaches to on the side walls. And we'll get back in the camper and we'll take another look at that. But basically I had to recreate pretty much everything. Here's some corner pieces, and some roof pieces that come down, some more support pieces, and then this is all of the pieces to rebuild this, pretty much. There's some wall pieces I've already started to cut. I believe that's all I need for that. I've also got a couple pieces in the camper already, but basically this is pretty much everything cut using patterns and whatnot I could from the rest of the rodded out parts. There's still going to be a couple pieces I have to make, but for the most part I didn't have all of these pieces on the top here, so once I get this all put in, then I can take my final measurements to get those pieces, stuff like that, and wherever I want to reinforce it as much as I can. So now the fun part starts. I got to start reassembling it. That's going to be a challenge because they used a stapler originally. I may have to end up finding a stapler, whether that's renting one or buying one, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to do my best using glue, screws, and I bought some plates that are for mending, putting pieces together. But my problem with that is it's not there's not a real good hammering surface, so tapping it in could be a challenge. So that's my concern. And right now I've got to build the base of the bed up, and then once I've done that and I feel that's secure, I can start on the walls and just see how this goes. It's day 4. I haven't put in 4 straight days, but hours here and there, and pretty much had it ripped apart on Saturday, then continued disassembling on Sunday. Yesterday was some more disassembling, but at the same time making all these pieces. And today we're just going to do as much as we can. I'm not going to push it too hard. I want to get it done, but on the other hand, I want to do it right, and I want to make sure it's going to be strong, so and safe. So we'll get back to the camper. I'm going to start putting in the side pieces for the bed and support, and then I'm going to need these 2 pieces for that, and these corner pieces right here, I believe. I'll start with that and go from there. Let's go over to the camper. All right, here we are underneath the bed right now. This is the bed area, and you can see I've got it supported. These initial pieces I'm reassembling are probably the most critical ones I've got to get right as much as I can. I say as much as I can because this one on this side, this is the piece I'm talking about right here. This is the support. What's going to happen is this gets tied in back here, and then there's these little strips of wood that go underneath just to give it support, and it gets screwed. So this basically becomes one of the main supports on the outside. Obviously you've got these supports here and here and here, and then the other one on the end. These here, there's another strip that goes here, which I have over here somewhere, and that will pretty much get supported from the top part, or some support from the top part frame that I got to rebuild. But these pieces here on the side, when they originally built the camper, these pieces actually tied in. I don't know if you can see that, but they tied in back to here. There's a joint. Now, there's no way for me to get in there to take this piece out, and obviously the way it's designed is that one piece, it's well supported here, and it comes through and really is a major support beam for the bed area. Because I couldn't get back there, I ended up cutting it over here, trying to leave some of this support here and on there, and you can see I've got these plates on here, and this is what I'm going to use. I'm also going to put some screws, and some glue. I'm going to do everything I can to try and make this joint as strong as possible. It won't be as good as new probably, but I'm going to do everything I can to try and give it the strength that it needs. Obviously, there are some. These here went under here, and these are supports from the side also. So once those get in, so everything combined. This was originally, these were in here from factory. I had to remake a couple for, they were rotted out, the ones that were in here. But, so my hope is between these supports and all the things I'm going to try and do, the glue, the screw, the tie plates here, I'm hoping I can make a connection there that's going to be as strong. Not as strong maybe, but as strong as I can, so that it hopefully will stay together for the duration of what we're going to use it for. So I still got a little bit to dig out on this side. This one was actually rotted right out, and this wall moves out even less. I can't really move it out. I've got this, this is the refrigerator, back of refrigerator, and I'd have to take this whole frame apart to try and peel this back. There's a couple of holes here that I'd have to take out, and although I do need to replace this one here, I just don't feel like getting into ripping this all apart right now. So I'm going to try and clean out this notch enough so that I can do like I did on the other side and get a piece of wood in there and figure out how I'm going to support it from there, I guess. So we'll start with that one, and we'll work our way over here. Maybe I'll learn something on that side I can use up on this side. I ended up taking the roof section off over here. It actually came undone. There was only one screw holding it. It's pretty windy today. I didn't want to take a chance of it flying around. Plus, it'll just make it so much easier to work on this now. So, well, it's gone. Got it on the ground over there, and we'll just, while it's down, I can clean it up and or put it back up. Right. This nose piece right here, this piece that goes on the end of the bed, is actually the first piece I'm going to put on. It just mounts flush to the end here, and that's the front piece that supports the frame up front. I need to get this on, and that way that gives me my final length or distance out to here, and I can go about putting the sides on from there. Got the first corner piece put in here. Now I'm going to go and attach the piece that it supports up top.